This weekend's project is installing a set of subframe connectors, a matrix brace, and jacking rails on this 1999 Mustang Cobra. Now, I'm not going to go through all the details of the installation and bore you with that, but I will hit the high points. But first, I want to talk about what makes this Kenny Brown setup better in my preference than the other stuff that's on the market. First, let's talk about the Kenny Brown jacking rails, and these things are awesome. I put these things on all of my cars because they save me so much time. These go on the pinch weld under the rocker panel, and I put them on my 03 Cobra, my Fox bodies, even in my 2018 Mustang. They make jacking up the car so much easier and save you a bunch of time. Once you go jacking rails, you'll never go back. And these things I really like because they're real thick, which they need to be because they, you're jacking up the car in one point in the center of it. So these are nice and thick, and they're zinc plated inside and out. Other jacking rails, they're just powder coated, and what happens is they just rust super quick. You don't want that. You want this zinc plating on the inside, and that way they don't rust. And then end caps, you don't want to put end caps on it because you want the any water that comes in to just drain out and dry up. So these from Kenny Brown are awesome. I'm going to show you how these get installed and how they can save you a bunch of time. Second thing is the matrix brace, and this goes between the jacking rails and the subframe connectors to make the floor pan stiffer. These things, pretty straightforward. You trim them to fit because each car is a little bit different, and these also are zinc plated on the inside and out, again, to save you from having rust issues later on down the road. And finally, subframe connectors. The Kenny Brown, these things have been around for decades, and they are still kind of the industry standard. Nice thick wall material, zinc plated, fit great, and again, with the zinc plating, that's super important because they won't rust on the inside like other subframe connectors that are powder coated. So they also make welding these things up a lot easier because you don't have to sit here and scrape the powder coating off or whatever, wherever you're going to weld. You can just weld right to the zinc plating. Super, super nice, really easy to work with. Last thing to mention about the subframe connectors is that they are rectangular tubing and they're actually low profile. You wouldn't think so, but these actually matter for ground clearance. Sometimes the thicker subframe connectors will actually hit speed bumps and that kind of stuff. And these are a nice low profile design so that they clear speed bumps and everything else. Keeps you from getting hung up. So stay tuned. We're going to get this set up on this 1999 Cobra. I'm going to just hit the highlights and show you the benefits of this very simple, straightforward, but very, very beneficial system from Kenny Brown. Before we install the Kenny Brown subframe connectors and matrix brace and jacking rails on this 1999 Mustang Cobra, we've got the battery disconnected because we're going to be doing some welding on this thing, and we don't want to fry our electrical system or the PCM or anything like that. Then we've got the car jacked up, and we have the jack stands under the suspension, not under the chassis, because we don't want the chassis to be in a flexed position when we're welding on it and getting everything welded in, because if it's like that when we're welding it, it's going to stay that way after we're done. And finally, we've got the wheels under the car here, and I have them under the front and the back because normally we would put them under here, but I'm going to be working under there. So we put the wheels under the car because if the car falls off the jack stands, it falls on the wheels and not on you. And if the car falls on you while we're working on it, that sucks. To be avoided. Welder hooked up. Fire extinguisher nearby, just in case. After cleaning up the pinch welds here with this plasticky wire brush on a drill, like that. I clean a 2-inch section every 6 inches or so along the pinch weld, and then I use a vice grips and other clamps and things to clamp the pinch weld to the jacking rail, and then I can make my stitch welds here every so often. It's not going to be super pretty because this weld is old and got paint. I mean, this metal is old and dirty and has paint on it. So if you're picky like me, you're going to have a bit of a OCD moment with this stuff, but do the best you can. It's going to work. See where the door has been dragging on the side skirts? That's because this is a really common problem with these cars. Look at the pinch weld here. All mangled from people jacking up, probably using the jack from the trunk on the side of the road or whatever, but we've got all kinds of fun alignment issues here on the pinch weld and the rocker panel. So we're going to straighten this all out, and this will never happen again with the Kenny Brown jacking rails in place, because the jacking rails will be what you jack up on, not the flimsy little pinch weld. Welder hooked up, fire extinguisher nearby just in case. After cleaning up the pinch welds here with this plasticky wire brush on a drill like that, I clean a 2-inch section every 6 inches or so along the pinch weld, and then I use a vice grips and other clamps and things to clamp the pinch weld to the jacking rail, and then I can make my stitch welds here every so often. It's not going to be super pretty because this weld is old and got paint. I mean, this metal is old and dirty and has paint on it. So if you're picky like me, you're going to have a bit of a OCD moment with this stuff, but do the best you can. It's going to work. When I brought the jacking rail against the pinch weld, I used the vice grips to go along and straighten the pinch weld and bring it up tight against the jacking rail, and that straightened the pinch weld. You can use, since the jacking rail is way stiffer than the pinch weld just lays right up against the jacking rail when you squeeze it with the vice grip. So now we've got a 2-inch welds every 6 inches with the jacking rail, and now we're ready to move on to the matrix brace and the subframe connectors. On subframe connector installation, a few things. First, I like to replace the factory bolts here with longer bolts. The only challenge here is that these bolts are sometimes really rusty, so you got to soak these in penetrating oil and try to get them out. And be prepared, they may snap off anyway, and so you're going to have to drill them out. I had to drill one of these out as well. So, but the longer bolts help the nuts grip a bit better. Then also these holes on the subframe connectors are slotted, so you have some leeway on the alignment of the subframe connector. And on the back, especially on cars with an IRS, you need to make sure the back of the subframe connector is not really overhanging into the torque box area, because you need to be able to, the subframe for the IRS needs to come straight down, and it needs to clear the subframe connector here. If it's way overhanging by a lot, you're going to have a really hard time getting the IRS subframe out if you ever need to. So note here too, this is all sheet metal. Whole floor pan and everything is sheet metal. So you don't need to go overboard with your welding. Couple stitches, one on the torque box, one on the frame rail on either side is all you need. Same thing with the front. Just need a stitch in the front, on the back here, and the front. Longitudinal stitches. You do not want to do lateral stitches in the front of the subframe connector or the back of the subframe connector, because they can crack the frame rail because of this is a stress riser, longitudinal stress riser. Also, with these subframe connectors, the whole point of a subframe connector is to stiffen the floor pan, and that's to make it so that the seat doesn't flex the floor pan as much. And that's why the car feels so much stiffer, is because the seat isn't moving around so much. Adds a little bit more stiffness to the floor pan as well, but primarily it's to keep the seat from, tie the seat to the floor pan and the chassis much better. Add some strength and reduces fatigue of the floor pan, because on the driver's side especially, it'll crack in this area. So subframe connectors, pretty straightforward, but that's how we do it. All done. I've got the jacking rails here and the matrix brace and the Kenny Brown subframe connectors all welded up. Just a few things to point out. Again, with the subframe connectors, the seat mount is really critical, and that's what makes the subframe connectors make the car feel so much stiffer, is that they are supporting the seat. So that's what I've got here. I have some slightly longer bolts installed so that the nuts have a better grip, so that you can actually get the nuts started a little bit better. And the locking feature is now has full thread engagement. But also we got the matrix brace here. What I do with the matrix brace is I put it just a couple welds here. Here's a vertical weld here on the subframe connector, and then I like to do a lateral weld with the matrix brace on the subframe connector here too, because welding on these edges in theory can cause a stress riser. So you want to do like a lateral weld, and then again, like I said here, just another weld here to keep it in place. This is all sheet metal under the car, so like welding everything religiously and crazy all around is just not really necessary. The sheet metal is only so strong. Now on the front here with the matrix brace, it goes on the frame rail directly, so I've got that welded here, and then you can see I've just put some black spray undercoating here to prevent rust from happening. One thing I do like to do, and I'll show you, is on the bottom here, with the matrix brace on the jacking rails, I do not weld all the way to the bottom. I like to leave a little drain hole here, because with your weld gun, you're not be able to get to the top of this either. So if water does come in, which can happen from the tires here, if water does come in, it can just drain right out this way and doesn't, pool inside or cause corrosion. So that's the Kenny Brown matrix system, which includes the subframe connectors, the matrix brace, and the jacking rails. Super important to have jacking rails. Makes life a lot easier. Hopefully that clears a lot of things up, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Thanks.